Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. If you hear some noises in the background, that's because I have a busy schedule today and I am trying to get prepared to eat some food and making me a little roast beef sandwich right now. And I gotta cut these tomatoes, you know what I'm saying? And all that stuff. So if you hear some noise in the background, please excuse me. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Um, we came up today to talk about Kelsey Frost. I mean, at the end of the day, her case, man, what things went a little bit differently than I thought they would. You know what I'm saying? You guys make sure you hit the like bell on your way in here. Please hit the like button on your way in here, or you can hit the dislike button. It is okay. Either way, it's fine with me. Just make sure you tap a button on your way in the room. I appreciate you very much for that. We're gonna start getting it back together over here on this side, right? And then really quickly, just as a little bit of a courtesy, just a real quick FYI, I was asked to do a review on baddies. And so we're going to have, because y'all know the teenagers watch baddies, and y'all know that the adults watch baddies, we're going to have none other than our little Nani, who ain't so little no more, do that review with me. And so that should be a key. Nani and I are actually planning on soon starting our own podcast. So we will see how that turns out. That should be interesting based on everything that we've been through. And so, yeah, hold on. Let me turn the light up on my phone. Hold on one second. All right. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but had to turn that lighting up real quick. So again, Nani and I will be starting our own podcast, which should be great fun. Okay, real quick, I can't take long for this because I got ish to do. Um, the Frosts, okay, the Frosts are honey, they're proving their points. They had Kelsey's best friend. See, because they didn't want to do it themselves, of course, because it would look bad, like as if they're trying to dismiss a person's passing away that was caused by their family. So they could not release this footage that I'm about to show you guys. It's been circulating the internet. It's been going viral. I'm sure that you guys have probably seen a piece of it. But I tell you, I have been so disappointed in T Hood. I literally gave that young man the benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, dang, this family just ride for each other, which wasn't a bad thing. But I'm like, dang, this family rides for each other. So whatever happened couldn't have been that bad. I think Kai Frost just overreacted. That was my initial reaction. They're like, oh, T Hood did this and did that, and it could be self-defense. And I'm like, nah, because why would Kai Frost run if it's self-defense? Like, what would be your reasoning to have to run if something is self-defense? You know what I'm saying? So I was really giving this young man the real benefit of the doubt, and he has disappointed me. And I'm going to tell you what his family's response is if you have not seen it to this video that I'm about to show you guys. I'm going to have to pause and go to my DMs after I show you this little piece of video, because there's more that Kelsey's best friend said, and it's in my DMs because I sent it to myself. Had to do that. In order to keep my device a little bit clearer today. I couldn't just be downloading and stuff like that. So, with that being said, you guys know that Kelsey Frost claimed that this was self-defense. She was recently in a video admitting that her brother did, in fact, unalive and pew pew T Hood. Now, mind you, in her initial statement, she said that she doesn't condone any of it, that no one ever shot anyone. She said, a lot of things. She did not call her brothers to intervene on anything, even though the situation happened hours later. And I'm going to explain that in a second. Again, I don't want to take too long on this video because I do have things to do. So with that being said, let us commence to, yes, I have some jewelry stuff coming out. Let us commence to getting over here to this footage, honey. Horrible. Now, let me explain what you're watching. Now, this has been a little bit, okay, so it's a little bit sped up, Okay, it's a little bit further into the video than some versions of this video. There's several videos um, that have been leaked. Okay, from Kelsey's home security system. Okay, so this is in her bedroom, and this is in her bedroom, and T Hood comes in her bedroom. Now she's asleep at first, and then he starts to attack her in her sleep, and then from there she is like kind of like either reading a book or reading her phone, and he walks around her bed at that point, and he continues to attack her in her bed. You can see it's unprovoked. She's not moving. When he does hit her, excuse me, y'all. When he does, y'all, good lord, excuse me for that. When he does hit her, it is she doesn't have a response. It's really bad. So just trigger warning if you've ever been through anything. I'm gonna let this play a few times because I'm gonna take a bite of my sandwich right quick. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. So I'm gonna let this play twice, and then I will be back with my commentary. And it ain't that long, so it's no biggie, no biggie. All right, so me being a survivor of DV myself, I have to say I was truly concerned when I saw him start taking off his jacket. That means that he had plans to do even more. That means that that was not the end of what he imagined in his head was about to happen, and that truly concerned me. Okay, so there are several different ways that this footage came out. There's other videos. Give me 1 second. Let me get there. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. So IG, the way that the aspect ratio is now my phone is vertical. I don't know if that is bothering you guys or not. I really hope it is not. Let me check real quick because I have no time for the okie doke. Let me see. Let me see what we're working with. Let me see. All right. Let me see what we're working with. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is the video that you just saw, but there are two different angles. In this video, he actually did come back around. Like I said, he walked back around her bed, and you see that on this side. He walks back around her bed and attacks her from the other side. Aside from him flipping her over, pinning her down, probably choking her, socking her in the stomach, and all that stuff, he actually is probably squeezing her face together. Y'all know how this goes. I mean, I've been through this. Anybody that been through this, y'all already know how this goes. He's probably squeezing her face when he's in her face like that, saying whatever he's saying. But for him to walk around that bed and to, he's basically sneaking her. Like, you know, when you watch Baddies or Young and the Restless, and she snuck me. He walk around sneaking his own girlfriend. You know, and I really gave this boy the benefit of the doubt, so I'm truly disappointed. in this, and I was really thinking like his family had it together when they were saying whatever they were saying. But at the end of the day, I mean, the footage speaks for itself. I'm gonna tell you the issue that the family is having in a minute. But as we can see, he is pacing around her, kind of like preying on her, waiting to do something to her. She is asleep in her bed when this initially happens. And this is the initial incident when he just attacks her in her sleep, literally. So here's a post. Yolanda, Tevin's mommy. She said, your son is putting his hands on me. Can you have someone send an Uber for his belongings? He's not going to be able to come back here anymore, and I would like to Uber his stuff to y'all while he's on the way. She said, okay, thanks. Kelsey said, no problem. Thanks again for everything. Hey, I'm not fond of anybody breaking my belongings or nothing. He's rude, pushing me, slamming my doors, trying to pop my car tires, ripping my cameras out the wall. Nobody is helping me when it comes to him being domestically violent. She then goes on to show this picture. Now, I have more of these pictures. Give me 1 second. All right, so she then goes on to show these pictures, and as you can see, like I said, he was probably squeezing her face, putting his nails in her face, as you can see. And that's just what they do. Like, literally, I promise you, I've been getting triggered for the past couple of days behind DV incidents with 21 Drosky, Kelsey T Hood. It's been crazy because I've literally been through this, and it's a nut basket of a cycle. You can see that he really dug his fingers into her face, one of them dragging across her face, one of them on her nose, the other two in the side of her face. You can see that he really was putting some pressure down on her. And it's just ridiculous.
And like I
It's
said,
ridiculous.
y'all.
So here's what the best friend had to say.
And like I said, y'all, I'm only speaking out because this is something that I had to hold in for a very long time off the sake of the respect that I have for my friend to not actually let people know her business. But they done took, his family has embarrassed him. For, I'm just, y'all, I'm just going to show y'all. This is the things he used to do to my friend. And like I said, y'all, I'm only speaking out because this is something that I had to hold in for a very long time off the sake of the respect that I have for my friend to not actually let people know her business. But they done took, his family has embarrassed him. For, I'm just, y'all, I'm just going to show y'all. This is the things he used to do to my friend.
Okay. All right. So y'all just got a chance to see a little bit of the examples of why this family is saying that this is a self-defense case. My only issue is, Kai Frost, why are you running? Why are you on the run? Like, you got to stop with this running stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous. But his family's response, real quick, T Hood, T Hood's family's response is they want to know when that video came out. They're still defending their brother. They can see that the situation, that he will escalate a situation unprovoked. Yet and still, his sisters, as they should, I mean, they should probably fall back a little bit at this point, because clearly there's more to the story. And it would just be smart of anyone at any time in this position to kind of try to figure out what actually really happened, versus letting your emotions make you believe one thing or the other about your family member just because you want to. Like, just because you want to believe that your brother was a saint doesn't mean that he was. He clearly was not. You clearly saw that footage. But when they saw that footage, their response was, when exactly did this footage come out? Okay, when exactly was that incident? Because they are alleging, excuse me, that Kelsey and T Hood got into a fight earlier that day around 3 o'clock. She called her brothers, her brother that was in the house, Kai Frost, this one right here, knew that his older brother, Kurt Frost Jr., was on the way. Okay. Kirk Frost Jr. showed up hours later, right? That's like a child do something and you be like, I'm gonna beat you up when you get home, right? That's not right. That's not right. It's not okay. That is actually a form of mental abuse and torture for children, right? So, and not to mention if you do it when you get home, that's actually physical abuse. Like, I'm just learning these things, you know what I'm saying? Because they happen to me. So I'm just learning these things. So that's not okay to drag out a situation like that. Either you, and these are the words of the streets, you get down where you mad at or leave it alone. It's as simple as that, right? So, like, it's not like it's a person in the streets. This is somebody that you love. So you handle the situation at the time, or you table it and you talk about it and figure it out and compromise later on. Well, his family is saying that Kelsey waited for hours to pass by. Kelsey and Kai waited for Kirk Frost Jr. to show up so they can all three handle T Hood together. And this suggests, okay, and this is why they're saying it's self-defense. This suggests that not only was Kelsey Frost afraid of T Hood, but this suggests that Kai Frost was also afraid of T Hood because he was not willing to approach or confront the situation itself. You can clearly see that Kelsey was asking for his mother to come get his things and let him be on the, or to send an Uber to let him retrieve his things and be on the way. She was not trying to keep his things. She just wanted him to go. But that suggests to the police and to obviously people with common sense that Kai Frost was afraid of T Hood, which is probably why he used a gun in the first place, right? Okay, so with that being said, the family is saying that they waited hours to pass by when things were back good, and then escalated the situation again based on previous events, the previous argument, and then shot their brother down to the ground, walked him down basically. And they walked him down because he was SHOT'd in the back. Now that's where we have the problem at, it's the back. But the issue is that he could have done something and then start running when he saw the firearm. Even then, Kai Frost is going to have to do some, he finna have to sit down while they do this investigation. Like, it don't matter if he on the run. This is just from my opinion. They're gonna have to do an investigation because the shots were in the back. You can't make that make sense as far as self-defense because they're in the back. So I think that the prosecution is gonna try to find some type of way to make him pay for that. I think that the police are doing a tactic that wants to make Kai Frost feel like they're on his side. Hey, man, this could be self-defense, we just need to investigate it. Come down, talk to us. But they know that 5 shots to the back is the prosecutors are going to be all over that like white on rice. I'm just saying, right? Because at the end of the day, how do you explain 5 shots to the back and the stomach? What the heck? So I feel like they're going to make him do a trial, but I was wrong before when I said I don't think that T Hood caused that situation to escalate. I was thinking that Kai and Kurt Frost Jr. was in their feelings about their sister, being in this relationship period, and that T Hood might have thought he was hard. And so they wanted to show him that he wasn't hard. But the fact is he was actually putting his hands on the girl. So I'm just saying, let me know how y'all feel. I don't have a lot of time this morning. I will be back this afternoon with my baddies review, but y'all, I don't have a lot of time this morning. I have a very, very, very busy day. I won't be back until after about 2 p.m. my time. That's Pacific Standard Time. And so I got to get out of here. But let me know what y'all think. Leave comments. Make sure y'all hit the like button.